Have you ever wondered what it would be like to attend a royal coronation? I'm not talking about the ones we see on TV today, with all the cameras and global broadcasts. I mean a real, old-school coronation from a time of pageantry, peril, and prophecy. Well, today, we're traveling back in time to January 15th, 1559. It's a chilly winter day in London, but the city is electric with excitement. Why? Because a new queen is about to be crowned, a young woman whose reign will define an entire era, Elizabeth I. This isn't just any coronation. This is the moment that officially launches the Elizabethan Era, a golden age for England. But on this day, nobody knew that. All they saw was a 25-year-old woman, the daughter of the controversial King Henry VIII, and his executed wife, Anne Boleyn. Elizabeth's journey to the throne was anything but easy. She'd been declared illegitimate, imprisoned in the Tower of London, and had lived under the constant threat of death during the reign of her half-sister. Queen Mary I, also known as Bloody Mary, her survival itself was a miracle. So imagine the scene. The streets of London are packed. People are cheering, music is playing, elaborate pageants are set up all along the procession route from the Tower of London to Westminster Abbey. This wasn't just a parade, it was a carefully crafted piece of political theater. Each pageant, each speech, each banner was designed to send a message, a new age of hope. Protestantism and English pride was dawning. Elizabeth, ever the masterful performer, played her part perfectly. Dressed in magnificent robes of gold cloth, she engaged with the crowds, smiling, waving, and accepting flowers and gifts from ordinary people. There's a famous story of an old woman in the crowd handing her a branch of rosemary, a symbol of remembrance. Elizabeth graciously took it and held it with her all the way to Westminster, a small gesture that showed she was a queen of the people. The procession was a spectacle. At one point, a mechanical mock-up of two mountains, one barren and one green, represented the decline under Queen Mary and the promised prosperity under Elizabeth. An actor dressed as Father Time emerged, accompanied by his daughter, Truth. Truth was holding an English Bible, which she presented to the new queen. Elizabeth kissed the book, held it up for all to see, and promised to read it diligently. This was a powerful signal. England was officially turning away from the strict Catholicism of Mary, its reign, and embracing the Protestant Reformation once more. When she finally arrived at Westminster Abbey, the ancient site of English coronations for centuries, the atmosphere was thick with anticipation. The ceremony itself was long and steeped in tradition, a mix of old Catholic rites and new Protestant influences. The Archbishop of Canterbury, who would normally perform the ceremony, was a staunch Catholic who refused to crown a Protestant queen. So, the honor fell to a lower-ranking Bishop Owen Oglethorpe of Carlisle. Inside the abbey, surrounded by the nobles of the realm, Elizabeth took the sacred coronation oath. She swore to uphold the laws and customs of England. Then came the most sacred part of the ceremony, the anointing. Shielded from view by a canopy of silk, the bishop anointed her with holy oil on her hands, chest, and head, setting her apart as God's chosen ruler. Finally, the climax. The heavy St. Edward's crown was placed upon her head. At that moment, trumpets blared, and the assembled nobles shouted, "God save the Queen," over and over again. A new monarch was confirmed. Queen Elizabeth I was now, officially, the anointed ruler of England. But here's a fascinating, almost mystical detail about the day. Elizabeth had a trusted advisor, a man named John Dee. He was a brilliant mathematician, astronomer, and some whispered, a magician. Elizabeth had asked Dee to choose the most astrologically auspicious date for her coronation. After consulting the stars, he chose January 15th, believing it promised a long and stable reign. Whether you believe in astrology or not, you can't deny the result. Elizabeth I went on to rule for over 44 years, one of the longest and most celebrated reigns in English history. Her coronation wasn't just the start of her reign, it was a statement of intent. It showed her political savvy, her connection with her people, and her vision for a new England. She had to navigate a kingdom torn by religious division, facing threats from powerful Catholic nations like Spain and France. The Spanish ambassador, watching the coronation, sneered at the public displays, calling them frivolous. He, and many others, underestimated this young queen. They saw a woman in a man's world, a heretic on a shaky throne. They had no idea they were witnessing the birth of a legend. The Elizabethan era would see the defeat of the Spanish Armada. It's the flourishing of literature with playwrights like William Shakespeare and Christopher Marlowe, and voyages of discovery led by explorers like Sir Francis Drake. England's culture, confidence, and global influence would grow immensely. The nation transformed from a relatively minor European player into a formidable power. And it all began on this day, January 15th, 1559. It began with a procession through cheering crowds, a sacred ceremony in a hallowed abbey, and the crowning of a determined 25-year-old woman who had defied all odds. She inherited a divided, troubled kingdom, but through her intelligence, charisma, and sheer force of will, she forged a golden age. The story of Elizabeth's coronation is a powerful reminder that history is often shaped not by inevitable forces, but by the courage and character of individuals who find themselves at a crossroads. Elizabeth chose her path, and in doing so, she shaped the destiny of a nation. Thanks so much for joining me on this journey back in time. If you enjoyed diving into these pivotal moments in history, make sure to hit that like button and subscribe for more stories. Let me know in the comments what other historical events you'd like to explore. See you in the next video.